The rejection was swift, unanimous, and devastating. Ambassador Elena Vasquez stood in the center of the Galactic Confederation's Supreme Assembly, surrounded by 200 alien delegates, whose verdict had just shattered humanity's greatest dream. The ornate chamber, carved from a single asteroid and suspended in the void between stars, hummed with the satisfied chittering and harmonious tones of species celebrating their decision. The motion to deny humanity membership in the Galactic Confederation passes by unanimous vote, announced Praetor Zilvan, his crystalline form refracting the chamber's bioluminescent lighting into prismatic rainbows. The species known as humans shall be barred from all Confederation territories, trade agreements, and technological exchanges. Elena's jaw tightened as she looked around the assembly. The Veil-Thari delegation's scaled heads nodded in approval. The gas-form ethereals pulsed with satisfaction. Even the typically neutral silicon minds flickered their optical arrays in agreement. On what grounds? Elena demanded, her voice echoing through the vast chamber. High Counselor Morthok of the Hegemony rose from his bio-throne, his forearms spreading wide in a gesture of dismissal. Your species is too young, too violent too. In the mere 2 centuries since achieving faster-than-light travel, you have already engaged in 17 interstellar conflicts. Defensive actions, Elena countered. We were protecting our colonies from... Irrelevant, interrupted Sage Nilvera, the ancient keeper of Confederation law. Your species lacks the emotional maturity for galactic governance. You are driven by primitive instincts, aggression, territorial expansion, and what you call honor. Such traits are incompatible with civilized society. The assembly murmured its agreement. Elena felt the weight of 200 species' judgment pressing down upon her like a gravitational field. Furthermore, continued Praetor Zil, your technological development follows concerning patterns. Rather than pursuing peaceful advancement like proper civilized species, you consistently weaponize every discovery. Your scientists cannot create a new energy source without immediately designing weapons from it. That's because we've had to defend ourselves. Elena's voice rose, causing several delegates to recoil. Every time we've encountered a new species, they've either tried to conquer us or test our resolve. We've learned to be prepared. And there, Sage Nilvera said with finality, lies the problem. A truly civilized species would have sought diplomatic solutions. Your default response to any challenge is force. The vote was final. No appeals. No reconsideration. Humanity was banned from the galactic community before they had even been allowed to truly join it. Elena returned to Earth with the devastating news. The reaction was immediate and varied. Some governments called for military action, others for complete isolation from galactic affairs. But in the research facilities of Lunar Base, Dr. Marcus Chen had a different idea. They think we're too primitive, he said, studying the Confederation's public databases that remained accessible to non-member species. Let's show them what human primitiveness can achieve. Working in secret, Chen assembled a team of Earth's most brilliant minds. Not politicians or diplomats, but engineers, physicists, computer specialists, and what the team privately called crazy inventors. Their mission was simple. If humanity couldn't join the galactic community through diplomacy, they would force the galaxy to acknowledge them through innovation. The project took 18 months. 18 months of round-the-clock development, drawing on every piece of technology humanity had reverse-engineered from their conflicts with alien raiders, every scientific principle they had discovered in their brief but violent introduction to galactic civilization. The result was the Genesis Array. Commander Sarah Torres stood on the bridge of the UES Prometheus, humanity's newest and most advanced starship, as it approached the coordinates Chen's team had calculated. Behind her, the largest artificial structure humanity had ever built hung in space a massive network of interconnected platforms, generators, and transmission arrays that had required the resources of 6 star systems to construct. "All stations report ready, Commander," her communications officer announced. Torres took a deep breath. What they were about to do would either elevate humanity to its rightful place among the stars or make them the galaxy's most wanted criminals. "Dr. Chen, your show," she said. Chen's voice crackled over the comm from the array's control center. "Initiating Genesis protocol in 3, 2, 1, mark." The array came alive with power that made the stars themselves seem dim by comparison. But instead of firing weapons or generating destructive forces, it began to broadcast. Across the galaxy, every communication device, every data network, every quantum-entangled message system suddenly carried the same signal. It bypassed encryption, override protocols, and security systems with elegant ease. Within minutes, every member of the Galactic Confederation and every non-member species monitoring their networks was receiving the same transmission. It was a complete blueprint for cold fusion technology that could provide unlimited clean energy. Detailed schematics for medical nanobots capable of curing diseases that had plagued galaxy for millennia. Instructions for terraforming techniques that could transform dead worlds into paradises. Computational algorithms that could solve mathematical problems considered impossible. But most importantly, it included the philosophical foundation that had driven the project. This knowledge is freely given to all sapient species, regardless of political affiliation, with only one request: that it be used to reduce suffering and increase prosperity for all beings. The transmission lasted exactly 47 minutes. When it ended, the galaxy fell silent. Then, the response began. Dr. Chen's personal communicator, a simple device that should have been impossible to reach from beyond Earth's solar system, chimed with an incoming message. "This is Praetor Zil, then of the Galactic Confederation," the voice said, carrying undertones Chen had never heard before: humility. "Humanity's gift to the galaxy has been received and analyzed. We believe we may have made an error in our assessment of your species." Torres smiled grimly. "Dr. Chen, I think they're ready to listen now." "No," Chen replied, watching as hundreds of alien ships began appearing on the array's sensors, all broadcasting requests for formal diplomatic contact. "I think they're ready to beg." The humans hadn't needed to conquer the galaxy or threaten anyone. They had simply given it something so valuable that the entire galactic community could no longer afford to ignore them. Sometimes, the best way to make someone listen was to give them something they couldn't live without.